You know, tonight I just uploaded a video called Recipe for a Perfect Screenplay. And I mentor a lot of filmmakers, some who've gone on to get Academy Award nominations and Emmy Award nominations. But the person I'm most proud of mentoring is somebody who is never going to make it to the red carpet. And I'm going to show you a picture of him. That's my nephew. That's my nephew Michael. And he was a great writer. He dreamed of becoming a screenplay writer. He wanted to make movies. And he lost his life 2 weeks after he graduated from high school in a car crash, in an SUV, in a Ford Explorer, to be exact. The Ford Explorer is one of the most dangerous machines on the road today. It kills more teenagers than any other vehicle on the road. Teenagers lose their lives to car accidents more than any other thing. It could be heart attack, chronic illnesses and things like that. Car accidents kill more teens than anything. And between the months of May and August, it's called the killing season because more teenagers die by cars than at any other time in the year. And it's interesting to note that in my industry, the movie industry, these are when the tentpole pictures come out, the big blockbuster pictures with all the special effects and explosions and things like that. Hours before Michael met his death, he saw Batman. And that's a movie that had nearly 20 minutes of car crashes. I'm mentioning this because there are a lot of parents who are under the misconception that SUVs are very safe vehicles. They buy them because they think they can put this armor around them or their teenager and be safe on the road. Well, that's not true. The SUV is the most dangerous vehicle on the road. It is built to roll over. It is built for accidents. It is built for death. And interestingly enough, just soon after Michael left the planet, I watched Oprah, and I love watching Oprah, but for weeks on end, the Ford company had this commercial with Mr. Ford out there talking about how their vehicles met these safety requirements for family and all these happy families and safety and all that stuff. And I just wanted to scream, and I wanted to scream out and say, Oprah, this is not true. These commercials are sending children to their death. And housewives, they're on their way to school, and these SUVs turn over. And I'll tell you, the reason why, the U.S. car industry has been forcing SUVs on people, and I'm saying enforcing this misconception on them, is because years ago California put up these air quality standards, these emission rules about emission standards for cars. And the car industry said, well, why don't we just snub our nose at those tree huggers in California, and what we'll do, we'll stop making station wagon, which is a car, and we'll get a truck body, and we'll put a frame on it, we'll call it an SUV, and we'll convince the everyday housewife that she'll be safer, her children will be safer, and in reality, we're really going to put them in a lot of danger, but we're going to make a lot of money. And we're going to snub our nose at those people in California that are trying to rule the world with their environmental standards. Because our standards in California said you had to have high mileage, low emission. The U.S. car industry said, we'll just put out the SUV. Most dangerous vehicle on the road. And that's what an SUV is. It's a death trap. It's a family death trap. It's a personal death trap. And especially a teenage death trap. Michael did not die in vain. I won't let that happen. I'm going to tell everybody, and I hope you do too, and I hope you share this with your kids, and I hope kids share this with their mothers and everything else, which is probably not something they're going to do because they all want an SUV. They're brainwashed into thinking it's wonderful and fantastic, but it's not. It's a death sentence. And also, when you think, oh, I've got to give my child a car and give them independence, they're going to have a far more independence if they're able to think on their feet and create where they are instead of feeling they have to go from A to B to get their treasure or to get, to be happy or what, or to even have a job. If they need, you know what? When I wanted to work in San Francisco, I rode my bike 27 miles to Golden Gate Park every morning for a volunteer job when I was 14 years old. Person can get on a bike, they can walk to school, they can get a bike to work, and if they can't find a car or transportation, but if there's, or a bus or something like that. But if you really care about your children and it's safe for them to walk, let them walk. Let them take the bus. Let them bicycle. Don't buy this ridiculous, horrible, fictitious, this horrible lie that is sending our children to their death. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, okay, share this message with Oprah. Oprah, I love you, but you gotta know the truth. Gotta know the truth. And we have the most obese nation in the world. How about save lives? Now we're saving gas. There's a reason why Toyota is ahead of us. Because in digging the ditch for our children and our families, Ford and the other companies in the U.S. car industry have dug their own ditch. I do not feel sorry for them at all. I do have compassion for Mr. Ford. I'm sure he's a wonderful person. But I look forward to the day and age, this time when we speak the truth, when we create vehicles with true safety instead of cutting corners for greed. So please share this message with others, that an SUV is not protecting anyone from anything. That kind of armor is just, going to be squished like a tin can. And I can go on and on. But I love Michael. And as sad as I am about the fact that he's no longer with us in body, I don't just have a memory of Michael. I'm very fortunate. Our family's fortunate. We feel his presence, and he, how teenagers can be very persistent. Michael is really persistent. He kicks my butt every single day. He's with me, he's working with me. And I'll tell you, this video is almost the last thing I wanted to do tonight. I had a wonderful, wonderful night at the Mill Valley Film Festival. I had a wonderful time with my mom. And I think moms and grandmas should have a wonderful time with their grandsons. Anyway, there you have it out there. I don't think I need to say anything more. Spread the message and save a life. Teenage death traps are not worth it. They are not safe. Hope we all go back to station wagons or walking or bicycling. Anyway, there you have it. And Michael, I did it, so quit kicking me in the butt and get off my case. Anyway, safe driving, and God bless.